Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Happy Sunday to you guys. Sitting here, kind of going through the tower, having a lot of difficulties. What's going on? We got Abandoned Mystic Dragon here. We got Alexander, Lazarus, Gay Boy, and Alexander as well. So I think there's actually two Alexanders in there. Milton is here. So I have been trying to go through this King's Tower, guys, and making progression. I have hit an absolute wall as well as a ton of other players through here, trying to get past floor 263. I'm trying to push to 300 so we can unlock the rest of the Field of Stars. This is the point where I am at. I don't have enough damage to get through here. So looking at my lineup, I've tried Flora in here. We need to build out Muriel. Hopefully it'll help. Athalia we're building out as well. We don't have enough damage because they're running triple support in here. Dark Blaine is here, Stonecraft and Hills as well. So looking at this formation in particular, Desira and Silas with the twins, I do not have enough damage within my Celestial Heroes to go ahead and take this one down, which Athalia, huge damage, Zafrio, solid damage, Muriel, solid damage. I don't have any of those. Slimini here as well. Oh, you're stuck at 266. Yeah, I tried this. I ran this. Lazarus probably about 100 times sitting here trying to get it through it. Went about 50 times, change up the formation, went about 50 times. Still couldn't get through there. What's going on, Reza? And Cosmic Powered is here as well. And Harry have a lot of people, over 50 people already in here watching. So if you guys have questions, guys, go ahead and pop them in the chat. Infernal Fortress still not having any problem running through this yet. But I really feel like the level deficiency is where it's at. Because right here we're at 440. This is at 522. So we're starting to see a solid level deficiency going through there. Hari man, I've been busy playing another new game on last 3 weeks without playing it. Yeah, Shane, I've been playing Moonlight Sculpture. If you guys haven't seen the videos, very cool game that I've kind of gotten into. What's going on, Brandon? Nightcom is here and Jonathan as well. All right, so first off, we're going to go through the Misty Voyage, guys, or the Misty Valley. I really stress the importance of the Misty Valley just because we have so much absolute crazy amount of loot in here. I want to run through, I think, our first 10 stages of the Misty Valley. Then we'll do all of our summons. Misty Valley is kind of on repeat at this point with AFK Arena, but it is a huge priority in here because of this, guys. You can actually get a ton of elite heroes. You get a lot of red chests. Getting red chests in bulk are very difficult to get short of an event. So being able to actually pull them out of the Misty Valley on a regular basis is a priority. You get 30 red chests out of here, guys, which is awesome. It is very good to pull them out of here. What's going on, Manuel? Thank you guys for joining us for the stream. All right, so Victory, Light Bearers, and then Ultimate Abilities. This is one of the reasons why I wish, and I really wish, that Lilith would put a remove all gear button. Because if you guys are like me and running through the Misty Valley, it takes an incredible amount of time if you're switching gear back and forth and back and forth. Any tips on how to counter the Grez Pharrell combo? Depending on the heroes you have, anything that is going to take out Pharrell. Guys, Pharrell is a hero that has very strong crowd control. We've seen Athalia in there works really well. Ulna works in there. Anything that is going to slow that comp down and not allow them to really progress as fast is going to help with countering Grez and Pharrell. I like Athalia. I like Nara. They can kill Pharrell pretty quick if you have them on the other side. I'm on level 150 in the game. Definitely getting there. Yeah, Misty Valley was a very solid update, guys. Again, probably one of the best updates that I've seen. I love the Misty Valley. I run this in its entirety every single time just because you get so much loot out of here. Guys, it is crazy the amount of loot that they give us out of here. You figure you get, right here's 450 Poe coins. That is right, guys. There's 20 stages at 450 Poe coins times 20 stages. That's a lot. Plus, you do get your rare stones and you get elite stones out of here. So you get multiple elite heroes. And then with the final chest, you get more elite heroes. In addition, you get to choose a hero, which is very powerful as well. Who's better for PvP, Athalia or Aziz? I know they're kind of different. Honestly, for PvP, Athalia. The big thing with PvP and Athalia is Athalia can target a specific hero. In addition, Athalia is a counter for Ainz. So if Ainz is up here and Athalia is up here, Athalia will kill Ainz before Ainz can ult, which is honestly one of the very few counters that we have, particularly for Ainz. I don't see any formations where they're not running a combination with Athalia, especially if they are heavy PvP. Her plus 30 signature item, her 9 of 9 furniture with the bleed effect is absolutely devastating, guys. She is very solid for PvP. It is easier event, just get Lucretia from... Yeah, Lucretia makes the game easier. Similar to getting Ainz, getting Lucretia in here, she has the ability to kill everything out solo. She can kill out a lot of things, particularly. Why Celestial and Hypogean Towers are so much more difficult than the other factions. Mick Kazar, the big thing with the Celestial and the Hypogean Towers specifically, they're very difficult because 90% of the players, if not higher, have very limited heroes for both those factions. That's honestly the reason why it makes it so difficult, is you do have limited heroes when it comes to those towers. If you're free to play, you might have 2 heroes or even 3 heroes between both factions even built. So when you're trying to make progression in those towers, it's going to be difficult because you don't have heroes. Even looking here, I mean, we have 6 ascended heroes. Here we have 4 ascended heroes. So we're relying on either Mythic or Mythic Plus to actually make progression within that Hypogean Tower. Because even on this account and everything we put into here, we don't have enough heroes to have 5 fully ascended teams, which it just takes time. That's really one of the big things with this game, guys, is it is all about time and the time that you put into it. Never takes time to change your gear. Honestly, you just throw in Lucretia and Ainz. Pretty much all the Yeah, the big thing, Nikon, that I don't like about it is Ainz and Lucretia, yes, definitely. The big thing is if you're going through the towers. So when I go through the Lightbearer Tower, like for instance, Sundays. Sundays, I love doing the live streams just like we're doing right now. Sundays, now we have Celerity Tower, we have the Hypogean Tower, we have the Lightbearer Tower, we have the Mauler Tower, we have the Greyborn Tower, we have the Wilder Tower. If you're earlier in the game and you have limited gear, running 6 towers in a day is absolute crazy with the amount of times you have to switch gears. You have to switch gears on your heroes over and over and over again if you're going to run all those different towers. If the gear is limited, meaning that you're relatively new to the game, you don't have as much mythic gear, especially having it tier 1 or tier 2, you have to run it like crazy and you have to change your gear depending on the tower you're running. And now with being able to finish 20 floors within a tower, having gear on your heroes is far more important than it has ever been in the past, just because of making the progression in there. You want to make solid progression in the towers because you get Stargazer cards, guys. I cannot stress it enough, especially now with the Celestial and the Hypogean Towers. Picking up that those Stargazer cards is absolutely a necessity to progress faster in AFK Arena. It makes a very, very big difference. What's going on, Milo? Doing great today. It is pouring down rain here, which is okay. We need some rainy days every now and then. Yeah, Alna, I agree, is an absolute beast. Can I reach HOE Masters League? My total power is 31. You should be able to, Ash. It might come down to a lot more strategy. So the strategy for you might be kind of picking and choosing the battles that you're going to, or even farming lower level heroes if you're possible looking to, just swap different heroes in there or swap different teams in there. But you can definitely do it. You can do it. I think a lot of it just takes strategy, Ash. Honestly, I have 4 select mythic and my Ainz is 4 of 9. Should I use them all once Ainz is 5 of 9? Marcos, I would look at the cards. So like we've done before, when it comes to the Oak Inn, when it comes to the cards, see if you have duplicates. So if you have, let's say, 3, or you have your 5 of 9 and 3 are from the same room, you could possibly, Eins might be the only exception that I would utilize that many cards for to go ahead and build him. But if you have a room that does not have your 3 of 3 furniture within that room, Marcos, I would go ahead and just continue summoning. Saving one of those red cards. Remember, guys, red cards run about $50. That is right. If you want to purchase them, they are about $50 if you're looking to buy a red card, just because of their rarity. They are very rare cards to get. What's going on, Raymond? Thank you for joining us for the stream. Absolutely love doing the stream, guys. Do you think there will be a dimensional tower? I really hope so, Sparkling Water. I hope there is a dimensional tower. They would have to change up, I think, the map a little bit to get that to work, but it would be cool to see. I would definitely like to see a dimensional tower. I think it would be, they could make it really unique. They could make it really cool, honestly. We'll go with Tassie. We'll just go with all support here, which is probably not going to be the best bet, but that's okay. What's going on? Robbie for fun. So thankful. I'm past needing to switch gear. Yeah, Lazarus, I agree with you there. Definitely, like I was saying earlier, guys, with the amount of times that a lot of players have to switch gear, it gets super tedious, especially when it comes to the towers. Again, it gets super tedious. With my faction accounts, with a lot of different accounts, it's just a pain, honestly. Even if you're going through the Misty Valley and you're changing this kind of over and over and over again within the Misty Valley, it takes a lot of time. It honestly does take a lot of time. I'm stuck on Celestial 283. Would you say Orthos is a tank? So the big thing, William, with Orthos is he is a solid tank just due to the fact that he has a very massive crowd control ability. In addition, with that 9 of 9 furniture, William, you can go ahead and the hero with the highest attack rating can move. So that's the other really big thing, is the hero can move, which allows you to utilize different heroes. So if you're running Athalia can move through the entire time and burn heroes down really quickly, which is exactly what you want to do. Orthos is strong, especially when it comes to utilizing him in there. Lilith should add an exchange resource lock for dimensional, meaning the resources you use to exchange is locked in place. Yes, I agree with you, Hills. So the other thing that we've talked about that I would love to see is when you're exchanging for heroes, just like we have right now, we're exchanging for Merlin. I wish they would give us an option, and it would be a really cool option to go ahead and allow us to purchase the shards. So just like we purchased, 15 of 60 with Arthur, I would love to see that. I would love to see them just allow us to purchase the shards. Regardless, like with Merlin, if we could purchase our 60 shards and they just put a cooldown timer in there, you still had to wait the 60 days, but you could purchase the shards up front. I think it would be very easy to see. It would be very easy to do, honestly. I think it would be a really big fix for it, Hills. Speaking of furniture, did you test to see if you still get dupes? Yep, you still do get duplicate furniture, Brandon. We tried it. We tried it a couple different ways, and there were still duplicates. We still did get we got duplicate furniture in there. I thought we would, and it was kind of weird that we weren't picking up any of them, but we did. We did get duplicate furniture. Seems the signature item on the Celestial Tower 280 is too overpowered. It's already plus 30. In the case, I have 6 Celestials plus 30. Yeah, I think of it when it comes to that Celestial Tower, it's just going to take repeat. Just like we see with a lot of the campaign, I think a lot of it is just going to be a lot of repeats and a lot of, just again and again and again with getting it done, with getting it completed, honestly. If you have the heroes and you have the heroes built, it's just going to take time. It's going to take time to get the floors of the tower. And I think a lot of that is just by design. They don't want you running through 300 tower floors in the matter of just a couple weeks. AFK Arena likes to drag it out a considerable amount of time, just to make it more difficult. That's why they limit how many floors you can do. That's why they limit how many stages you can do in the Misty Valley. They're dragging out the content, essentially. Yeah, I would love to see the Dimensional Tower. The interesting thing with that stone is giving you all of the heroes to a 5 of 5 or 5 stars, I think really changes the game when it comes to the tower, because every hero you have is essentially going to be maxed out. So right off the bat, you're going to have it pretty easy just to have those maxed out at the beginning. What is the Misty Valley and how do you get it? I believe, Ramon, you have to be, I think it's around chapter 20. Not sure if anyone else knows in here, but the Misty Valley just unlocks. Once you hit a certain chapter, it will unlock. Wow, so yeah, we're getting there, FF Machine. Thanks for joining us. It's been a little bit since you've been on a stream. Not even sure the last time that I seen a FF Machine in chat. Yeah, guys, we're closing in on our goal. Our goal is 20,000 subscribers, guys. We're at about 18,200, making progression every single day. Every single day, we're getting a bunch of new subscribers in here, which is awesome. It's the biggest dream for me. I love doing the live streams. I love chatting with you guys. Being able to talk to you guys is awesome on the live stream. Answering questions, absolutely love it. I'm going for Mahira next. Is she good or should I Stargaze Aziz? Abdullah, I would just go ahead and get Mahira. Mahira, guys, is super powerful because of that mesmerize effect that she has, making the enemies attack their own team. We've also seen a lot of play with her right now, late game, end game, when it comes to running her with Rose. Running Rose with Mahira together has been a very solid team. Aziz you will get, and Aziz you will get over time. It's just going to take a little bit of time to get him out of the Challenger store, but the Challenger store ultimately is the priority for the hero. You want to make sure you're getting copies out of there. I personally wouldn't burn through Stargazers to get Aziz unless you're heavy pay to win. If you're heavy pay to win and you're just buying Stargazer cards, go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and pick up whoever you want to, because it'll be really easy to go through there and pick them up. Again, if you're heavy pay to win. If you're not, then definitely I would just wait and buy Aziz. Oh, yes, Giovanni. Sure. My son wants to go in the basement and get a toy. You need to complete, there you go. So chapter 17, there it is, guys. So chapter 17, you unlock the Misty Valley. Like I said, in here, guys, push this as much as you can. The resources, the stuff you get out of here, even 10 floors, I mean, that's what, 4,500 poke coins. We get multiple elite heroes out of here. We get multiple rare heroes out of here. You get a ton of loot out of here, which this has 6 more hours till this one is open. And again, by design, this is exactly how Lilith does it by design. That way, it just takes longer to do this. Did you purchase the first advancement rewards again? The new update allowed it. So Idris, they allowed it to be purchased again if you didn't buy it the first time. So for us, we did purchase it the first time. So we didn't get, oh, no, never mind. I'm totally wrong. It is here. Yes, I will absolutely buy this, guys. I bought this the first time around. We bought this every time. I will definitely pick this up ASAP. As we know, looking at, this is the advancement rewards. This is actually the very first one. This is the best purchase in AFK Arena. By far, this is number one, guys. Absolutely, this is the priority. If you're putting a penny into AFK Arena, this is the purchase that you want to make. It is the best one. It is by far, guys. For $19, you get 45,000 diamonds, as you see right there. Looking in the merchant ship at the same amount of diamonds, 45,000 diamonds, you get 12,000 for $100. Here you get 45,000 for 20 bucks. This, like I said, is the best purchase period in AFK Arena. It is the best. I will absolutely pick it up. I didn't even notice that it was back in there to purchase. So absolutely, I will go ahead and pick that up. What do you think about Prince and Raccoon 9 of 9? So Raccoon, with his furniture in particular, it is good depending what you're using Raccoon for. If you're using him in the campaign, absolutely. If his ultimate doesn't kill an enemy, he will use it again. His ultimate isn't very strong, but more damage is more damage in here. If you're utilizing him just for the Twisted Realm bosses, there's no reason. There's no reason to use it. You need the 3 of 9 because of this peckish, but the 9 of 9 in the bosses don't really make that big of a difference when you're building him. As far as Prince, let's check out Prince really quick, guys. I have him almost to 9 of 9. This is really strong because this is going to allow him to use his recall effect a second time, meaning that when he dies, he uses recall. If you have the 9 of 9 furniture, when he dies a second time, he will use it again. So as a cheat death, yes, 9 of 9 for him. Very, very powerful, guys. Do stars matter? I feel like I should get more heroes instead of stars. Sparkling water, absolutely get more heroes. The big thing with that is out of the field of stars, getting more heroes is what you want to do with this big torch. You want more heroes. You want more monthly choice draws. You want more heroes. So when you look at a hero themselves, and we'll just run through this really quick. So when you take a hero from right here, so when you go from Mythic Plus and you go into the Ascended tier, your hero gains roughly 20% in their attributes, meaning that they're getting a very strong buff. If you're going from right here, so if you go from no stars to 1 star, you add roughly 2.5% of the attributes, meaning that even bringing all 5 stars into the picture, if you max out a hero at 5 stars, you're getting roughly 12.5%. So 12.5% versus taking a hero from Mythic Plus to Ascended, which adds 20%. In addition, when you're taking those heroes up to Ascended, you can utilize them in the faction towers. You can utilize them in a lot of the different campaign aspects, which is much, in my opinion, much better than building out heroes to 5 stars. I would absolutely go for the maximum amount of heroes versus the stars. So I got Khazard twins, finished Lucretia. I'm doing Alna right now. I was thinking of doing either Leofric or Mahira. Braden, I would go with Mahira. So as we know, Mahira is one of the heroes that is still in the S class, guys, because of this ability. So this ability allows the level deficiency. So as you start getting into late game, as you start getting into end game, and the heroes start getting stronger, this will make them kill themselves faster, which is the reason why Rose and Mahira together have seen a ton of gameplay right now, is because this can push level deficiencies with the strength that Mahira builds, which is the reason why we've seen so much play out of her right now, is because of the combination with that mesmerize ability, really what it brings. Yep, Mahira definitely better than Leofric. A lot of people aren't using Leofric. You don't really have to have them built up too much, but a lot of people are not really building that high. Do I have a spot on the friends list? Usually not. I just auto lend in here, guys. So if you're on here, I do auto lend down here. Nope. Sam is still on here, 19 hours. I wait 2 days, guys. After 2 days, I bump anyone that's on this friends list. And I took all my accounts out of here, out of the friends list as well, to try to maximize in there. You didn't buy the $100 offers anymore. Every now and then I do. Every now and then I do pick up these customize bundles. We just get so many of them. We get a ton, an absolute ton of the bundles. It seems like everything you do, even if you finish a Voyage of Wonder, even if you finish a Peaks of Time, anything that you finish are popping up with limited offers every single time like clockwork. So it's kind of crazy with how much you get in there. Are people finding usage for Leofric in Endgame? I have him at Elite, and I don't think he's kind of good. So Leofric, It is very specific. I know there's one or two niche places that a lot of late game or end game are using them, but ultimately, a lot of people are using Leofric depending on the heroes they're fighting. So if you're fighting a team that is very heavy with crowd control, Leofric can help kind of offset the crowd control aspect of that with the Shadow Mastiff that he has. But a majority of the time, it's kind of either or. You can swap you can swap out some heroes for other heroes, and it's not going to make a night and day difference with the heroes that you have built. So Leofric is not a Ulna that is a game changer to campaign and a game changer to progression, which is why it's not super important to build him. I wondered if they keep rotating the advancement rewards. Yeah. Here, like I said, I keep just getting either the $50 or the $100 reward just keeps kind of rotating through there. Yeah, the Prince is really good, guys. The Prince does the chain stuns, which are crazy. Yeah, Shamira, we still use Shamira in Dark Namora because I don't have Moriel built. So she is still the hero since we don't have Moriel all the way built. I still use Shamira. There she is, guys. Shamira is still being utilized when it comes to Dark Namora. That's the only one that I use. Changing my Ascended Shamira with my legendary Iran was a good decision. Yeah, Iran Pico is very, very strong. He is one of the heroes that are utilized through the entire game. Iran is a hero that you will utilize through the entire game. 9 of 9 furniture makes him a lot stronger, especially if you're using him as a carry. It does help to have him max out. Same with Leica. A lot of people ask about Leica. Her 9 of 9 furniture, she hits 2 targets. The big thing with her hitting 2 targets is the debuff that she does. The foe's fragility. This applies to 2 targets instead of 1 target, which makes Leica really, really strong. I summoned Aziz from regular summons and I'm on 2960. What can I use him for? So Aziz is one of the only heroes that lock out signature or lock out ultimate abilities. Aziz is a hero that you want to use in a lot of different places. Even at lower levels, a lot of people use him when it comes to the Trials of God. A lot of people use them in formations. He's a mana battery. He has a massive attack rating reduction. Right there, guys, a massive attack rating reduction, a 40% reduction within that burning ground, making him very, very powerful. A lot of places you can use him. A lot of people still use him in the campaign, using him in different formations. Can I see your 5 campaign teams? Yep, so in here we do run, we use Ulna Grez, or if the team that you're fighting has a lot of burst damage, instead of Grez, I will actually use Ulna and I will use Daemon. So those would be the combination, which I think he's in another formation right now. The 5 pole, so I use Lucretia, so running Iran with Scrath here for the 5 pole. Lucretia just destroys them all in the circle. Here, of course, we use Ainz. Ainz, just an absolute monster. This one, I've been using a couple different combinations. A lot of times I've been using in here is Rose. So running Rose with Mahira to chain mesmerize the enemies. So chain mesmerize works really well. And then this team, we've just run Daemon. I've tried a couple different heroes in here. We really need to figure out this final team. But we could run Speedy Lizard in here because we still got the twins. A couple other heroes not utilized, but there are a couple different combinations. And if you guys really wonder, looking through the winning formations really makes a difference. Look at some of these powers, guys. That's level 537 coming through this stage. And we're at, I think, 443. So definitely a big difference in there. Level Crystal 360, and I'm on chapter 36.4. Do you think I can push? You can, Law. The big thing is when you start getting into heavy level deficiencies like what you're seeing right now, 36-4, it's the difference between going through and doing a stage 20 times, doing a stage 50 times, doing it 100 times, doing it 1,000 times, really making progression with the level deficiency. You can do it possibly with some RNG, but it's going to take a long time to go through. Kind of a weird question, but do y'all think the lore for some of the newer heroes is kind of bad? Yeah, some of it, I don't know the Devos and the lore that they put into it. Some of it is interesting. So it's interesting to see. I'm not really huge into the lore, but it definitely it's a lot of people love the lore, guys. Lore is what builds a game. I think they could work it in a little bit more than they do, but it is a very cool addition to the game. Here's a fun fact. Theowen is the only ranger who can't use, she can't use them efficiently. I thought we couldn't equip them. Yeah, guys, Theowen is a hero that most of these are not going to make a difference for her because of kind of her skill set and how she plays, how everything is kind of played out on there. What mid-game teams are best for Alna? Alna will go into a lot of formations. She is very tough to kill, especially when you start getting her built. She runs with Grez a lot. We see her a lot with Damon. She can run with Lucretia. A lot of people ran Lucretia with Alna for a lot of times. So we've seen a lot of different combinations there. Do you think the new hero that Dolly is talking about is Celestial? So Abdullah, so a lot of people have been saying it is a Graveworn warrior. So Reddit and Discord has been saying the new hero that Dolly is speaking of is a Graveworn warrior. So it'll be interesting to see exactly who we're getting. But Graveworn warrior is the speculation that people are talking about right now within those. Yep, we're going to do our summons here. All right, so let's check out the bag, guys. We started getting resources. So interesting thing with the resonating crystal, I've actually finally hit the point at level 443 of running out of hero EXP. I'm starting to accumulate a lot more hero essence. So it has transitioned a little bit into needing more EXP versus needing the rest of the hero essence. So let's go ahead. We'll pop all these open. Hopefully get some solid heroes here. We have 7 elite hero stones. So in the course of the week, we've gained 7 stones. Majority of them coming out of that Misty Valley run we just did. Boom, let's see. So we got Pharrell, we got Oscar, we got K-Sauce. So a horrible pull there, guys. Pharrell is really the only hero out of here we utilize. Rest of it is food, which is good, but not the best pull at all with that one. But we do need food, and we will need food. But look, guys, that Pharrell copy, there it is. Pharrell is 5 stars, guys, completely maxed out. Finally, he's got his plus 30 signature item, got his 9 of 9 furniture, got his 5 stars there. So Pharrell totally maxed out now, which is awesome. Awesome to see. So let's drop him out of the wish list. And I believe that is all of them. I think we have everyone. So now it is putting food into the wish list to continue our summons here. So we'll put Sylvana in here. Then we did, let's go ahead and drop the new, I'm thinking let's drop out Drez, and I'm gonna put Taylor in here, and then we have Walker in here too. So we can do some summons, guys. Got 40 Stargazer cards already, which was awesome because that was completely out of still pushing that Celestial and the Hypogen towers. What would you say is good to keep diamonds after chapter 10 until you stargaze? So Sebastian, the big thing with stargazing, and I know we've talked about this before, is the King's Tower. You want to have at least roughly 3 heroes within here. You want to have at least 3 ascended heroes in each tower, because once you start going through these towers, once you hit floor 125, you will start getting Stargazer cards. So if you start stargazing too early, you're going to miss out on a lot of heroes. If you start stargazing too early, you're going to lose out on the Stargazer cards trying to get the Stargazer heroes, which it's a solid trade-off. If you're not purchasing, it's a bad trade-off in my opinion. Build more of the core 4 faction heroes to go ahead and make progression in there. When you start getting Stargazer cards out of there, start stargazing. That's kind of the trigger of when you want to. How do I replace Albedo? Albedo really has no replacement. A lot of people do utilize running Ezio in there, but for what Albedo brings to the team, guys, there's not really a replacement for her. There we go, guys. We get an elite with our companion points, which is another copy of Thane. Still got to build Thane. He's another hero that is on the list We just haven't got to him yet. I think the new hero, again, is going to be Graveborn. I think it's going to be the Graveborn Warrior. All right, so we got 2 sets of common scrolls here. Hopefully we can pull another elite. Just some more rare cards, but that's okay. In this one, we're going to go for the new hero. I want to build her. I want to utilize her and see just how strong she is. So we're going to use our diamonds on here. I know we could still do Stargazers for Mariel, but there we go, guys. So there's our unlock for her. I want to see her. I want to build her and really test her out in the Mauler Tower. See how well she works compared to Kren. So I definitely want to pull a couple copies of her. So a couple more rare cards right there. A couple more rare. So this one will be our copy of her. A double. Very nice, guys. Got a double. One of my early alts, I have Legendary Chimera fused with Ions for level 30. Yeah, that's really good, Ramon. Boom. Double copies of her, which are awesome. 20 red chests out of there. Very nice as well. Still looking for Mariel. Big reason we're building Mariel is 1, we need more damage when it comes to the Celestial Tower. 2, we're utilizing her in the Twisted Realm. We just have to get her built. So we got 4 pulls in here. I'm hoping we can get a couple more copies. And there we go, guys. Graveborn card and another copy of her. Very nice pull there. Question is, can we pull one more? Back to back and another Graveborn card, guys. We are 2 for 2. Look at that. 2 for 2 for Mariel. And we got 2 Elite Graveborn cards. Can we go 3 for 3? It is not bad. So even though we didn't get a third copy, we got a Graveborn and a Lightbearer card out of there, which is awesome. And then the final pull here, guys, just some more resources, but that's it. 4 pulls, 2 Mariels, 50% right there, guys. Awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Not sure this isn't going to give us enough to do any more summons in there. That is awesome. Wow. I love those pulls. Let's pop open these cards. 3 Graveborn cards in total. Got a copy of Oden there. And we got a brand new subscriber, Fulvis, subscribing to the channel. Thank you for the sub. So we have some food here. And then we have Baden. Baden we haven't built up yet. He's another hero that's on the list. But we definitely could. I think we're building him right now. If I remember correctly, I think we are building him right now. We needed Walker. We needed another copy of Walker in there. That's okay, because we got some more food, and we got double copies of Mariel. And there she is, guys. So that takes her up to Mythic. That is where we want her to build out that signature item. So very close. So that takes her to Mythic, unlocking the signature item. Still looking for furniture for her, but that'll make a big difference when it comes to the tower. Graveborn, again, I think we are building... Who do we have left? We have Baden already. See, I don't think we have anyone left. I think that's it, guys. Because Lightbearer, we are looking for Walker. We need some more copies to build up Walker. We only got 1. Only gotten 1 so far. And here, absolutely going to build her up before anyone else. But we need 1 more copy, and we can take her actually up to Mythic Plus. We're just missing 1 copy. We're saving our diamonds to go ahead and build her. And here, everyone's built. Guys, we are just adding stars to the Wilders. We are just adding stars here to our Graveborn. Very nice. We are so close. We got Zolrath in there, still buying out of the shop. Mizoth, we're going to build next. We still have Leofric, which we've never gotten. And then those are all completely maxed out. That was awesome, guys. Absolutely amazing pulls there. There we go. So we get some free Mauler cards out of there. Love getting free food. That's why we build these heroes out of here, as well as some more there. Some more of our Twisted Essence, which is awesome. What's going on? You all right? Thank you for joining us. Yep, she is at Mythic. How do you have 7 select heroes? Library is fully unlocked. Brandy, how do I get more heroes? It is right. VIP 15. After Hero Choice Pack is unlocked, chances to draw +1. Next level is 100 Stargazer cards, but that gives us our +7 is VIP 15. So you might be on 14 right now. So you just got to get more dimensional or more unlocks when it comes to the higher level on the VIP. Is YouTube your main source of income? Nope, it is not, Sky, at all. I'm actually in finance. I just do this on the side. And the reason I do this is for you guys. It's not my main source of income. YouTube is just a little side project that I love to do. And I love doing it because I have just a very solid passion for it. And as many of you know, I have played video games my entire life, even going back to Atari and normal Nintendo, because that's how old I am. I love playing games. A lot of people have said through the years that I should do YouTube, that I should do videos on here. And I play the games anyways. I've always played, AFK Arena. I play Moonlight Sculpture. We've played an absolute crazy amount of games through the years. And I love playing games. I love playing games, and being able to share it with you guys, that you kind of have someone to play the video game with, is very, very cool, guys. I do absolutely love it. So the wish list in here, gonna max out Queen. We have Moriel a little bit more built. I want to build out Khazard, definitely. Athalia's in here. We're buying Athalia out of the Challenger shop right now. Merlin and Raku. We have gotten unlucky. They have been in this wish list, especially Raku, since he was released, guys. And I know a lot of players say this as well. We have not seen one piece of furniture for Raku since he has come out. None. Zero. Which is crazy, but it is 0 pieces of furniture that we've seen. So maybe today will be the day. I'm going to drop the new Mauler in here because we are absolutely going to max her out as soon as possible. And a lot of players that utilize her have said in here, and thank you guys for sharing, that she works well with Kren. That's what I was thinking when I initially saw her, is she's going to work very well with Kren, just because of the dynamic that the two have together. I want to see it. Our first mythic piece there, guys, which is another piece for Moriel. Who is my favorite character in the game? It's funny you should ask that, because I'm sure people here in chat will answer. Let's see who knows. It's always been my favorite character. One game you should never play is Call of Duty. Oh, Marcos, I played Call of Duty, the original Call of Duty. I played Modern Warfare for a long time. I've played a lot of Call of Duty once upon a time. It's just a game that I absolutely love. There we go, guys. There is a piece for Athalia. Definitely going to build her out as well. All right, a couple more legendaries. So not too good with the summons there either, or with the furniture pieces. Got a couple, but I don't think anyone that can equip them. I think we might have got one. Yeah. So we don't have the heroes ascended that we got furniture for. But that gives us 3 cards, guys. All right, so I'm going to finish out Khazard. We're going to finish out Khazard on here, so he will be completely done. We can drop him out of here, and then we will continue on with the rest of the heroes. There you go, guys. So Pekko, Milo, yep, Rowan. It's always been Rowan, guys. Rowan is my favorite hero in AFK Arena. The little bird on his head, everything. So many of you guys know, when Rowan came out, I was in chapter 18 when Rowan came out. Rowan carried me at Elite Plus. We had him at Elite or Elite Plus in chapter 18. Once we got Rowan built, or once Rowan was released, we pushed through chapter 18, we pushed through 19, we pushed through 20, we pushed through 21, we pushed into chapter 22, 5 full chapters with Rowan, guys. And that was at Elite or Elite Plus, depending where I had him. When he was released, we just destroyed AFK Arena. It was crazy at that point how much progression we pushed through with just one single hero. And even to this day, you guys can see how broke Rowan is just because he works in every formation. You know, similar to Merlin, similar to a couple other heroes, he works in any formation. You can drop him in the front. Rowan tanks really well. He's a solid pseudo tank. You can drop him in the back. He has heroes alt quicker. He has a heal over time. He has potions. And the big thing with Rowan's heal is he only uses the potions when he needs to. A lot of heroes will heal, such as Nomura, for instance. Nomura will heal the entire battle. Nomura will alt. Even if all 5 of your heroes are at 100%, Nomura is still going to be healing. That's not the case with Rowan. Rowan only heals when he needs to heal, which is perfect for a lot of games like this. I'm in chapter 22, and do you know who I should build? I thought I should grind Stargazer so I can get more copies of Lucretia. Jordan, depending again how many heroes you have, depending on your hero composition of the different factions, exactly where you should be. Rowan's furniture is the 3 of 9 is a little tiny bit decent, just because it provides a heal over time. But we see the same thing with heroes like Desira. The heal over time is so slow, it doesn't really help very much just because it is such a slow heal. That's the problem. When you start getting into the bigger level deficiencies, it doesn't work with the furniture because it doesn't heal fast enough. That's the problem. We have him 6 of 9 here. I'll max him out again because he's my absolute favorite hero, but it's not a requirement to max him out. So we put the new Mauler hero in there, and it's sad because when you look here, guys, most of the heroes here in the Lightbearer faction don't really need anything, or are they utilized for really anything? You need Rain, you need Rowan. Every now and then, you'll find a formation where it's useful to use Rose. The rest of the heroes, especially when it comes to endgame like Gwen, are not utilized. So it kind of stinks that they're not really utilized. Nemitsu is okay. I should max out Scrag in here, definitely. You know what? We're going to drop Scrag back in here. Scrag's 9 of 9 is really solid, especially when it comes to the Mauler Tower, because of what it does. So Scrag right here, allies recover 100 energy points every 3 seconds. So when he pushes to the enemy side of the battlefield, if he's with Antandra, if he's with Titus, if he's with Cetrana, they receive 100 energy every 3 seconds, which is very broken. Especially depending on, again, the team comps you have, you can make it really work with that Scrag Invade. So here we go. So we're going to go ahead and level up Morio. Very, very cool looking. Probably one of the most unique heroes that there are. Her abilities are unique, and the design of her is pretty unique as well. And she does get haste. Leveling up her signature item, any hero that gets haste, it makes a really big difference to their viability when they start getting leveled up. When the Star Core is transferring energy to Morail, her allies, it also raises their attack rating by 20% for 5 seconds. Pretty powerful. It is a pretty powerful. Is Rowan still your favorite hero? Yes, guys, Rowan is still my favorite hero. Absolutely. Most of you know, my 2 favorite, just even going back with lore, are Arthur and Merlin. Arthur and Merlin, I think most every movie that has involved Arthur or King Arthur or the Legend of Arthur, as well as Merlin, even how they've depicted him a ton of different ways, even her a bunch of different ways, depending on the movies you want. Both of them have always been my absolute favorite when it comes to lore. AFK Arena, guys, it has always been Rowan. He's just always been the hero that has been solid. Never has he faltered, never has he swayed. He's always done really well. So we'll continue here with Moreo. We'll build her up, get her to that plus 20 signature item. There we go, guys. Another 2 points of haste in there. And since we've used Grubb's guide to change up how we're building signature items here, or how we're building our Elder Tree, if you haven't checked out the guide, very cool guide. So my mages are way, way stronger than they used to be. The mages in the past, my mage tree was only at plus 25. We've actually started utilizing the mage tree a lot more and have built this up considerably. Now it's at 72. This used to be at 25, guys. I kept this at 25. So looking even at the attack and the crit rating you're getting from a level 72 tree is crazy. It's absolute crazy high. I've always went celerity the entire game. I wanted to change it up and build some of the mages in here. And they're really strong, especially with a 15.2% attack rating boost is solid. That's a very, very solid attack rating boost in there, guys. Yeah, we're building out a lot more heroes, starting to see a lot more of the Celestials and Hypogeans gaining stars. Flora's got stars, Alda's got stars. All of those are just random RNG from stones or from summons that we've gotten. Any stars for any of these heroes have just been completely RNG. Who would you want AFK Arena to collaborate with next? That is a really tough question to answer. There's so many games out of there. Seven Deadly Sins, I think I've seen in there. There's a lot of different games that I think they could really partner with that would be unique. I can't see them adding 5, 10, even 15 more dimensional heroes in here with the collabs, but they could be there could be a lot of different heroes, and I think they need to go with some of the more recognized heroes. I know the Prince of Persia, Ezio were definitely big games of the past. I don't know how active they are right now, but Ainz and Albedo absolutely were huge. Joker and Queen from Persona 5, the same. Or they could even bring over some additional heroes from some of the games we've already done collabs with, which I think would be pretty cool too. Which reminds me of Supernova from Rick and Morty. Oh, I've seen Rick and Morty. I know what it is. Haven't watched it. I'm Real 33 of 9. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Merrick, is I need to build out Morel. So looking at my team here, short of Taylene, she is the only one that I have to really do damage within the team comps. I need a hero like Morel built because I need damage. The stage that I'm stuck on right now, I don't have Morel and I don't have Athalia and I don't have Zafriel. So all of the damage factor for my Celerity Tower, I don't have, which kind of sucks, but I don't have. Should I build Tylee? So a lot of players have started utilizing her within the Mauler Tower and the campaign. So she is big burst damage. We've seen her behind Arthur. We've seen her ult faster, even running with Rowan. She's been utilized in a couple different formations. The big thing with her is not just where does she fit in, but the big thing with her is what other heroes is she going to replace? So when you look at her and then looking at a formation possibly with Raku, where a lot of people do run Raku with Arthur or Ainz with Arthur, some of it's kind of just more of the same, and that's what you really have to take into account is how much you're going to blend her into formations, or is she just simply another hero you're going to build to replace a hero that's already in a formation. I like her build. I think she has a lot of viability when it comes to the signature item. I think this has a lot of viability, especially at that plus 30, as well as her furniture. I think this is going to be a requirement because you can do a massive amount of damage right here. Even if she takes fatal damage, kind of a cheese aspect on this is she will not die if she takes the fatal damage while she's using her ult. So I definitely want to see her built and see exactly how much damage she can get. Whose signature item should I get? Plus 30 Saurus or Iran? Iran is really good. The big thing with those two combinations is Iran's plus 30 doubles the amount of the crowd control. The time for the crowd control goes from 2 seconds to 4 seconds with the plus 30 signature item. The thing to remember is with Saurus, if he doesn't have this plus 30 signature item, Saurus doesn't work. So ultimately, if you don't get Saurus, looking at just those two in particular, Iran will work well at the plus 20. Saurus does not work without a plus 30. This is the plus 30 signature item is the only thing when it does Saurus's allies versus just Saurus. So for him to work at all when it comes to the team aspect, you have to have Saurus at that plus 30 signature item. So that would be my focus. Because again, Iran will work with a plus 20 signature item. Saurus, on the other hand, will not work without a plus 30 signature item. Yeah, if they collabed with DC, Marvel, any of the major, I mean, even look at Marvel, you're talking just an absolute insane amount of heroes. But I don't like, I don't think, Ramen, I would like the crossovers with Marvel or DC, just because this is relatively a different type of game. In addition, they already have a lot of DC. They have a lot of Marvel games. They have the Marvel kind of RPG superhero games. I feel like those are collaborations that wouldn't really fit here. That I don't feel like those would bring much to AFK Arena. I want to see, yep, definitely. I would like to see the Heroes Academia. That would be a cool crossover. Genshin Impact would be a cool crossover. The games also have to have more of the iconic heroes, like your Ezio, your Prince of Persia, things of that nature. I feel like for the crossover to really be successful, you have to have some of those heroes. Yeah, Demon Slayer, there you go. What's a solid hard carry chapter 20? Solid hard carry in this game are really down to two solid hard carries. Ainz is absolutely one of them, guys. He does so much damage so fast. He is a carry if you can garrison him. Definitely using Ainz as a super solid carry. Other one that I utilize, and I've used them through almost 30 chapters that's free to play, is Daemon. Guys, Daemon is a hero that scales. And the big thing with here is Daemon does not have a cap to where he is going to scale. They don't have a cap. So right here, after using Blood Shield, he will gain 40% of the enemy's target attack rating, 60% of their defense. So as the enemies get stronger, Daemon gets stronger. There's no cap because he's taking the enemy's target's attack rating. So again, as the enemy gets stronger, Daemon gets stronger, which is the reason you can utilize him through the entire game, because there's no cap. There's no hard cap on what he can take here. Again, as the level deficiency changes, Daemon just gets stronger, which is awesome. Wait, I'm in the same chapter as your pay to win account. Yeah, 36. This is the point. We could definitely make some progression through here, but once you get past 36, that's really the wall. 37 has never seen a nerf. 37 is the stopping point. Remember, 34 used to be the wall back then. Look at all the heroes that are just, or all the players that are stacked up this entire way. When you start getting into these 5 stages, it just takes time, guys. The only time that we push through this chapter or push through the campaign at all, period, is the 1 hour once a week during live streams if we do make progression. There's very little benefit to really hardcore pushing through here. To complete stages in here, not really a big priority. You don't see that many more rewards when it comes to the AFK aspect of it. And everything that's already important when it comes to the Field of Stars at this point is already unlocked and completed. So again, it's very minimal return for the time of putting effort in here. Reincarnated as a slime would be good. Oh yeah, come back as a slime. It's hard when all my heroes die and only Shamira is alive. Yeah, Shamira, the big thing with Shamira, and a lot of players use Shamira as a carry, is because Shamira's heal. She has the ability to heal herself. If you have support for her, she has an AoE heal, which is her ult, to bring healing back to her, allowing her survivability. What should I use diamonds for? Right now, tools is summons. So diamonds should be used for summons. That's absolutely what you want to do. They should be used to summons till you get about 3 heroes of every faction. Then you can utilize diamonds over here to start looking at the Stargazer. What's going on, Majid? Major, Chip, Hazard, and Archer from Small Soldiers. Oh, already have 5-star Athalia. What character do you recommend to Stargaze for next? If you have Athalia built, Definitely the regular heroes, the run of the mill. Lucretia, you have to have. Ulna is definitely a big priority. I would build out the twins if you're already looking at the Stargazers. Mahira is really solid to build. There's a lot of different heroes in there that you definitely want to build at that point. We're still waiting for Arthur's or Merlin's armor and Merlin's boots. I need both of those to go ahead and build out Merlin, but we'll get a tier 1 stone and a tier 2 stone out of here. Barracks, we can't do any summons. Lab, we can. So we might have, there's Woo, there's those. Now we'll save up for the rest of those. Challenger store, we're building a Thalia right now, so we'll definitely get there pretty soon. But I'm wondering if that might be the last one for Wukong. Might have him completely maxed out at this point, which would be really cool to see. Nope, we need one. We need one copy, and Wukong will be 5 stars. Very nice. He will be the first Celestial that's maxed out, and Hypogean. So he will be the first of both to be maxed out. Wonder if... hoping to get a couple more diamonds. I don't think that's enough to summon one more. It is. Boom, it is. Oh, Lucius. Lucius, guys, if you looked at the timeline, used to be the best tank in AFK Arena. How times have changed. Now nobody even utilizes him for anything. Yeah, if you have a Thalia maxed out, if that's the first one you have maxed out, I would honestly stargaze for Lucretia. Lucretia is a hero, guys, that can run a team by herself. Absolutely, she can destroy teams by herself, which is crazy. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. The amount of damage that she can put out in such a short amount of time. She can cheese stages solo, which is awesome. I can't pull Damon to save my life. I had the same problem, Joseph, with Pharrell. Pharrell was a hero that was super hard. What is the best team comp overall? The best one, honestly, the easiest team comp that people use for everything is, of course, Ainz. This is the easiest team comp, even depending who you put in here. As long as you give Ainz time to scale, Ainz will kill everything. That's really the big thing there, is once you give Ainz time to scale, it's a very easy team comp. Even if you don't have Albedo, even if you don't have Arthur, which I don't add my pay to win account, he will still work very, very well. Ainz will work super well. He works really well in here with Rowan, because with the mage artifact, you can actually get him to ult very quickly, which a lot of people love. Ainz is the easiest comp. Lucretia is easy too, because you can just drop her in with a bunch of other heroes, and Lucretia will just absolutely destroy stuff by herself. Yep, after Lucretia, Ulna, definitely. I might be able to make it to Masters today. Yeah, guys, if you're not pushing, push everything in here. Push the Heroes of Espria. Make sure you're doing the trials. Make sure you're doing the Misty Valley. Make sure you're doing anything and everything in AFK Arena every single day to bring you loot. Whether it's running the Arcane Labyrinth, which we're going to run here in a little bit. Make sure you're pushing the arena, even if it's going through right here, running the Arena of Trials here. Make sure you're using your cards in here, because they give you resources, guys. I can't stress it enough. They give you resources. Everything in here gives you resources. So if you're going through in here and you're farming to use all of your arena tickets, resources accumulate. If I do this 10 times, 20, 30, 50 times, you get a ton of resources out of here when you're farming other heroes, which, look at that. That is the Ainz power, guys. A defeat right there, because this is the RNG with the Ainz team comp, which I still run Ezio in here. But there we go, guys. Boom, 10 more Hero Essence. That's 30 Hero Essence already. If you're earlier in the game or don't need as much Hero Essence, that is a massive, massive increase for Hero Essence in there. So I have Taylene, 3 of 930. Who should I Stargaze for? I have Twins Legendary Plus with 1 copy. Big thing that I do, Smoller, is when it comes to the Twins, and this is my personal preference for how I build them, the priority number 1 is building up your Twins to up to Mythic. The big thing with Mythic is you get to unlock their signature item. With their signature item unlocked, it gives them survivability that you need when you're pushing in the Twisted Realm, whether it's with Grez, whether it's with Saurus. If the twins die out in the first 15, 30 seconds, you're not going to have any utilization with them. You need them to last the full minute 30. Without them being at least Mythic with that signature item, they die quick. That's unfortunately the big thing is they will die out quick. Once you get them to Mythic, I would go ahead and build Lucretia. Once Lucretia is done, absolutely go build Ulna. And then after that, you can go Mahira, you can go a couple different heroes, but Lucretia, Twins, and Ulna are a priority. If you're active in the Abyssal Expedition, building Mortis up to E+ is really good to have as well, because you have to have him at Elite Plus to be able to run him within the Abyssal Expedition. So if you're running, again, if you're running the Abyssal Expedition, Elite Plus Mortis doesn't need signature item, doesn't need furniture to perform really, really well. You just need him to be in the battle to go ahead and buff and then die. What's a good and easy to build carry for 25 or below? Damon. Damon and Ainz, guys, are very solid. Iran Leica will work as well. It's both of them will work very well. Do you have any suggestion who I should use the T3 stones? There is a guide, Bootanks. If you look over on Reddit, there's a guide. Priority pretty much is caster is Ainz. The caster is Ainz. We've seen for either using Iran for the stones, which a lot of players do, or if you have Lucretia built, using T3 stones for the Ranger on there. For the agility based, using Ainz for the other one. And then a lot of the tanks, when it comes to the strength gear, have been utilizing a bunch of different heroes that I've seen kind of all over the board, honestly. I've seen a lot of people have built Damon. We've seen a lot of build with that. A lot of players have built Isolde. A lot of players have built Thorin just because of the Thorin cheese. So when it comes to the strength heroes, I've seen it all over the board on what they're building. Again, some have done Isolde because Isolde is used in the Twisted Realm when it comes to the Grotesque Mage to get him stronger. But a lot of players have utilized Damon as well when it comes to using stones on him. I've seen a lot of build on Damon just because he's a carry and he's a hero that is going to go ahead and get you through the entire game. How do I get Ainz? The only way you can get Ainz right now, guys, is through friends and Garrisoned. So you can actually do this exchange to get these dimensional stones. Once you have 100 dimensional stones, you can borrow Ainz. You do have to have a friend in the friends list that has Ainz available to go ahead and borrow him on there. But that's how you pick him up. Any of the garrisoned heroes, including Yukio is in here as well. But again, you have to have a friend that has Yukio. If none of your friends on there have Yukio, you can't get Yukio. So unfortunately, you're just going to have to make different friends. Unfortunately, that's all you'll be able to do. Ainz is basically Thanatos, but with better deleting. Yeah, exactly. I definitely agree that Ainz is kind of like Thanatos, guys. Just snap of the fingers destroys everything. Even if he ults once, if he ults twice, if you get him 3 ults in a battle, majority of the time at that point, everything is dead. Honestly, it's usually like that. Yeah, I know, Anthony. We get a lot of the same questions. And again, I don't mind a lot of the same questions. But it's okay. If you've been watching the live streams for a while, a lot of new players join AFK Arena. A lot of players are where we are, chapter 25, chapter 30 plus. But there's a lot of people always joining. That's why I have new subs to the channel every single day, guys. And again, big shout out to all the new subs. Every day we're getting more subs in AFK Arena, which is primarily the only game that I play that I really play in depth, that we know kind of inside and out. And it's the only game that I stream. It's the only game that I sit here and we go through and answer questions on. The only purpose this game has to play PvP, but it's impossible to find any good videos on PvP comps. The big thing with that, Anthony, is there's a lot of PvP in this game is very dynamic. So when you look at every single team, even looking here, every single team has a counter. So there's good teams, there's bad teams. It really depends on the teams that you're going up against, and how you're going to counter the teams you're fighting. For instance, a good burst team can take out Ainz and Albedo with a solid burst team. Where in turn, if it's a slower team like an Ulna team, most of the time Ainz can kill them. Athalia can take out Ainz really easy as well. There's a lot of dynamic to PvP, and it also depends huge. I mean, in the PvP aspect, it depends hugely on the basis of having every hero built, having them at plus 30 signature items, having the 9 of 9 furniture. That's where you have to really look at it. VIP level is actually, if you go to the merchants and you go to diamond deals, it's right there, guys. VIP 15 is where we're at. What's going on, Joe NG? We got another new subscriber to the channel. There is your VIP level. It is shown in the diamond shop. When you go to the diamond deals, you can check out where the VIP level. After I garrison Ainz, do I need to Stargaze for more copies? No, Ben. So Ainz will come just at a basic hero. You fuse those heroes. So when you come in here, which look at that, guys. After all this time, that one single copy we pulled, Lucius takes it to 5 stars. Once you do have to fuse them with another hero. You only need one copy of Ainz, and you can fuse it with any hero that you want. Once they're fused, they gain the attributes of the other hero. So it works very well. Would recommend new players to garrison Ezio before Ainz. Maybe an opinion there. I would go Ainz, guys. I garrison Ainz on my free-to-play account. Ran through 25 plus chapters with Ainz. Just absolutely destroying it. He absolutely destroys it. Yeah, Milo, I absolutely agree with you. Yeah, you can take 15 minutes to finish the dailies. You can play for hours. Absolutely. The more time you want to put into it, the more you can now with the amount of content that we have here. One more copy to make her ascended. Any tips? If you cannot summon it, if you cannot summon Estrilda out of here, it's just going to be complete RNG. If you do have the option to go through and do the Misty Valley, if you're far enough, which I think is like chapter 30, chapter 29, you can pull a hero out of here. You can choose Estrilda on there, but I would probably pick a different hero. Estrilda isn't really used very many places. Having her built, again, is not really utilized very many places. And what's going on? Dimitru, have another new subscriber on there. Thank you guys for joining us. What's the best Ainz comp? Ainz runs with anyone. That'll keep him alive. Honestly, this is the Ainz comp that most players are running, possibly even dropping out Prince to put in Ezio in there. But anything that is going to keep Ainz alive is exactly what you want. You just have to keep him alive. That's really the big thing. Is Brutus worth building? Brutus is utilized when you start getting to high level deficiencies just because of the immunity shield. This is really the big thing, the immunity shield. People are building Brutus and building Brutus a lot, not for the damage, but for specifically this immunity shield. Plus, when you get his furniture in here, you can extend this by 2 seconds, meaning that right here, you do get a long immunity, guys. So when you're fighting a burst team, he can take as much burst damage as you can possibly throw at him. He is still going to get that full immunity as long as the shield isn't cleared out, which is the reason why players build Brutus, is that immunity shield. That's why I have him built, is fighting big burst comp teams, the immunity shield. All right, guys, so that will do it for our live stream for tonight. Again, we're reaching out to try to get those 20,000 subscribers. We are definitely close to getting 20,000. We're at about 18,200, a little bit above there. Again, guys, big absolute shout out for joining me for live stream today. Had almost 200 people in here for the live stream. We'll answer a couple more questions. Merlin 9 of 9 a must. Yes, I would do 9 of 9 definitely because he will ult when he comes out. Christos, hello from Greece. Big shout out. Hello to you as well. Do you need furniture for Pharrell? Yes, Pharrell's 9 of 9. depending on the team comp you run, definitely makes a big difference because it turns his regular shots, normal attacks into accursed arrows. Accursed arrows, as we know, do a energy reduction, which is good. Plus, they can provide a stun through some of his other abilities, so it is pretty good to have. Is it worth using my swap scroll for Desira? No, it is not. Nope, I would not. Again, guys, thank you guys for all the love and support. This is the pay to win account. Everything we get in these videos are what we put back into this account. Just gets recycled in here. That is how we've made it up to 922 million power, is by putting some purchasing power in here. Check out the store, guys. If you haven't checked out, we got the Furry Hippo Gaming swag up in the store. Definitely take a moment, check it out. Thank you guys for joining me for the live stream. Grez, Raku, Thorin, or Silas first. I would go Grez. Big thing with Grez is if you do not have Grez's 9 of 9, the minions do not come up with shields. If they do not come up with shields, they die really, really fast, guys. If you're going to utilize Grez within the Twisted Realm, has to have the 9 of 9 to go ahead and shield the warriors. If not, they'll die the moment they came up. So again, guys, thank you guys for joining me for the live stream. Have a great Sunday. And as always, thank you guys for watching.